Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday. Today, January 26th. My name is Brock Zevan. I'm a life coach, business coach, real estate agent, and a DAD. And I'm coming to you with Finance Friday, talking about what's going on in the money, what is happening with buyers and sellers, as well as little bonus material to leave you for the weekend, what we're trending and what we're seeing, what news happened in the real estate world. So, want to share with you a couple things we'll dive right into here. So, what we've learned in the real estate world is that basically sellers, talk about sellers first, that they've pretty much in 2023, the average sale took place. This is the biggest difference between '07 and '08. Another big thing is in '07, '08, when we thought the market crash was going to take place and we're all nervous about this year. No, it's not going to happen because equity, $121,000 profit was the average equity people took away with in 2023. That's right, 121,000. See, in '07 and '08, everybody had negative equity. That was a huge difference compared to where we are today. NAR says across the country, average person is sitting about 200,000. So literally taking home is 121,000 in 2023. Okay. This generated 56.5% return on your investment. Yeah. Talk about great investment. Okay. Are we going to see that in 2024? I think we are. That's what they're saying, that we are still going to see it because of the supply and demand. We are still going to see these numbers, sellers. So, some really good profit margin gains that we saw here. The national median home sale price here in Charlotte, it was 2.8. The U.S. median home price increased from 2.1 from 2022 to 2023. Okay. Our median home price average is 335,000. 335,000. That's crazy, right? That's and we talk about affordability. We're not going to get into that today. But median prices still rose 75% in 129 metropolitan major areas of the country. So our major cities across the country, we are still seeing growth. We are seeing expansion. We're seeing a lot of people move in. I'm going to share with you here very, very shortly on some of the news that we're seeing in the commercialization in the buildings and what's taking place. So good news in there. Charlotte was ranked number 5 in growth. So that was good news here. Here's a good one. Home ownership tenure, 7.96. Okay. Increased to a 2-year high. So homeowners basically are staying in their home for almost 8 years now. Okay. We probably could see that go a little bit longer now just because the interest rates are so much higher compared to where they were recently, where you're seeing this home lockout where people are just not selling because they're going to stay in their home and not move because of the rates and there's inventory issues. So those are some things that we're seeing. 38% of all homes, did you know this? 38% of all home sales in 2023 were cash sales. So it'll be interesting to see what takes place in 2024 on that. Foreclosure sales went up a little bit, 0.3%. 2022, they were 1.2%, and now they're at 1.5%. So a little bit of a jump. We possibly could see more of it. The forbearance has helped out. We could see that starting to escalate with people with inflation. A lot of people living off of their credit cards. Debt to income ratios are at highs. Our debt is over $1 trillion broke in 2023. So these are all things that could cause some challenges for us in 2024. FHA sales accounted for 8.8% of the sales. So only 8.8% of people are for FHA. Why, might you ask why that is? Well, because really what took place was the affordability was so hard. And then you throw in multiple offers where the conventional loans and cash loans were winning. So just some things to report in reference to what we're seeing in the real estate world. A really big thing that we are seeing is the acquisition of Blackstone that purchased Tricon Residential, which is these institutional buyers, these large corporations. They bought 3.5 a $3.5 billion deal. Yes, billion with the B. That's crazy. Tricon owned 37,000 homes at the end of quarter three in 2023, and now Blackstone is one of the major ownership of single family homes. So that's a huge impact that we'll hear more and more about as we continue to move forward. Um, we'll notice institutional buyers are going to start to decrease a little bit more. We actually seen a huge decrease in 2023 because the rates increased. Charlotte's actually one of the larger cities that have institutional buyers across the country. They're in the top 12, but we're going to see few of those. How many of you saw those iBuyers? We call them iBuyers, the institutional buyers. Tricon actually in quarter two of 2022 had 2,441 homes that they put offers on and closed. In quarter three of 2023, only 316. Huge drastic change on that. So we're seeing a little bit of some change in reference to institutional buyers coming into play. Let me get into for buyers. We're expecting roughly 80% of buyers to kind of come into the activity this year. We're seeing in the next 12 months, they are going to be changing some of their plans, though, and how they're going to afford it because the affordability is really still causing some challenges, but we do have a plan for affordability. There are some ways to work on it. We can work on doing with buy down rates. So there are some plans that we have there. We're also seeing more gifted money, borrowing money from friends or family. Purchasing cash, though, is going down. Remember, I said it was just recently 38%. Now we're at 21%. So that's going to give FHA conventional buyers an opportunity. The biggest problem we're going to see coming this spring is probably multiple offers again coming to the table because of the lack of inventory. So buyers can't stress it enough why it's so important now to be out there. Let's see. Factors. Well, we know factors influencing these prices still is the rates aren't as low as we want it to be. We're hoping Fannie Mae projected, and we have Goldman Sachs projecting that we're going to get to the low sixes, but probably not till the end of the quarter, quarter four, maybe quarter three. So buyers, if you're hoping and praying that something drastically is going to change, it's not going to. Once again, that's why the buy downs will still be a big influence. So the rates are going to be a factor. Shortage of homes. We're seeing a huge increase of new construction. I've partnered with several new construction companies. So if you're interested in looking at new construction homes, let us know. Remember, when you're doing new construction buyers, the model home, the agent at the model home represents the builder. They don't represent you. They're just the connector. So you do need an agent. So if you have an agent, you need an agent for new construction homes, make sure you reach out to somebody. I love to help you. Love to help you. So that we're seeing there. So we'll see what takes place over the next couple weeks here in the real estate market with dealing with interest rates and what takes place. Mortgage purchase index that has gone up. We've talked about that this week. We're seeing more and more people apply for loans. Our biggest problem we're seeing in the loans, if you're needing help, if you're credit repair, let us know. We can help you. Okay, but we're seeing more applications come into play, and the rates are going to be a huge factor. One of the things that we do is we negotiate the rate. Yes, we work on the house and the price, but we really are negotiating rate. We have the saying that you date the rate, marry the house. Okay, we can share with you a little bit more about that in the coming weeks as well. So, other than that, I'm just trying to see the interest rates for the 30-year mortgage rates, still mid sixes, depending on your credit score. So we're seeing some good signs, but not where everybody's excited. We're not going to see, I'm telling you, we're not going to see threes and fours. We're not going to see fives this year. So probably those sixes is what they're forecasting into play. A couple tidbits on what we're seeing, the bonus stuff. We talked about what's trending right now in the real estate world is a lot of office buildings, commercial buildings in your downtown. We're going to see a huge, Warren Buffett talked about this, but the balloon payment for commercial loans, when they had those loans in 2018 and 2019, those typically were on a 3-year balloon payment. Well, those rates were in twos and threes, and guess where we are now? Yeah, sixes and sevens. So we could see a lot of commercial building being transformed into residential, which could help us out on handling our inventory. So we'll see how that transpires and develops over this year. As you saw over the last week, a lot of bad weather across the country. Deep cold temperatures, snow, freezing rain, that caused a slowdown for people to show homes. So our pending numbers are a little different, as well as putting some homes on the market. We are seeing an uptick coming into January more than normal. We're seeing an increase in inventory from last year to this year. So those are some of the things that we have going on. Let me see if there's anything else. We talked about that. High home demands pushes for mortgages or applications are higher, which we already talked about. So hopefully you found some good, useful information off of that. If you got a question, something you need, feel free to reach out to me. Not only do I coach agents, but I also coach buyers and sellers. I consult you through the process, help you out with your buyer needs, come up with a game plan, how to get lower rates, how to be able to help you get better pricing, being able to make sure that you know everything you need to on the buyer side as well as on the sales side. What are some of the key factors we're seeing as we're getting ready to get into our spring market? Already talking about springtime. We're at the end of January. So, my name is Brock Zevan. I appreciate your time. If you have anything, if you have any comments or need anything, by all means, put it in the comment. Hopefully, you got something from it. And if I can help you, text me, direct message me, send me an email. Love to be able to help you out. Thanks so much, and we'll catch up with you next week when we talk about more on the real estate market. For Finance Friday, see you later. Bye, all.